everybody, so today I did a really quick tutorial on how to straighten hair. I use my Remington Studio Collection hair straightener, which has a digital readout, which I'll show you. Turn it on, and it's digital, and it tells you when it's on. It doesn't beep like the newer collection. Like, this is a little bit older from where it is now, because when it is ready with the, because I have a little tiny inch wide, I think, or something, paddle, because for like smaller things. But this one I've had for 2 years and it's really good. I love it, great quality. But you know, for a lot of people, I've noticed from my friends in general, they start straightening their hair from the bottom of their hair, and I'm not quite sure why, because I've never understood that, because it's faster if you start from the top and just work your way down and just clip off on the other side as you're going. So I show you guys how to do that, and it works a lot faster for me. I can get done straightening my hair within 5 to 10 minutes most of the time. I do it a little bit slower in here just to, you know, demonstrate. Otherwise, what's the point of doing this to show you guys? Because you'd get confused, but but anyway, so I do that in there. Some of the products I use in here are the Frieda Collection Frizzy's Heat Defeat Styling Spray, and it's pretty good, so I recommend it to anybody who wants, because it's nice, because it has, I can't speak today, and I'm sorry, it has like a straight complex in there, so it helps straighten your hair a little bit more. It fights the humidity, and it's exactly what you need during the summer. Okay, as you can see, I like to use these things for my hair because I am growing my hair out. It's about mid of my rib cage. I used to have it down to my hips, and that's where I'm trying to get it right now, just to get it down there. So I also use, before I straighten or before I blow dry too, the Frieda Full Repair Deep Infusion Serum for your hair for when it's really damaged. So I mean, it's really good for like when you color it or use a lot of heat on it, which I do. I don't color it, but I use a lot of heat on it. So this is just something I've developed over the last 8-ish years of me straightening my hair every single day, and my hair is not that badly damaged. So yeah, that's about it, and let's get into it.
Okay, this is definitely a tutorial for anybody who wants to learn how to straighten their hair properly, or maybe want a new way to do it that's not as damaging to their hair. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to part your hair in the center of your head, just to make it even on both sides, so this makes it a lot easier for you. Before doing this, I used the Frieda Repair Serum and also the spray before I dried my hair and during this process as well, just so I don't have as much damage on the hair. Next, comb out the hair to make sure all of the product is evenly distributed. You're going to clip off the one side of your hair, and then you're going to take a section from right where the middle part is. And if you have layered bangs like I do, just let them drop down and we'll take care of those later. But if you don't, just skip that step and just straighten the entire head. I'm using the Remington Studio straightening iron. And I'm just going over that top section about 3 to 4 times, just because the top section for me is the hardest to straighten. I'm going to put that on the other side of my head and clip it off. Then, from that point on, I'm just going to take little sections going down, making sure to take out my bangs since they are layered. Going over it 2 to 3 times, just so I don't damage the hair, then putting it over and clipping it off. See how I'm leaving the back section back there? Just leave that alone. Keep straightening, and only do it 2 to 3 times. We don't want to over damage the hair, but we want to make it look naturally straight to get every single hair in there. Make sure to keep grabbing sections down and making them even, so that way the heat can hit all of the hair the first time and we won't have to over damage your hair. Next, you're going to take a section when you get to this point that would be where a half up, half down hair look would be, right above the ear. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You take that back section and section it off from the bottom, where there's still a little bit on the bottom, in the back, and then put that section behind your head, taking that top section. We're going to call that the top back section. Split that in 2 and straighten the very top section of the top back section. Comb it out to make sure there's no knots, and then go from root to tip. I do that about 3 times, and then clip it off. I do the same thing with this section then. The reason that I split it off is so I don't get anything mixed up, and so I don't have any hairs that may not be straightened in there, and I won't have any pieces that are straightened to be re-straightened so there isn't more damage. Then I'm going to take that bottom back section and split it off into 2 pieces as well. As you can see. And then I'm going to take the front of the bottom back section, split that into 2 as well, and then straighten the part that's closest to the upper part of the ear. Being careful not to touch your ear, because I have clamped my ear in there before and it does not feel good, so be careful not to do that. Put those sections into the clip and then bring back the back of the bottom back section. Split it in 2 and start straightening the top portion of that. 2 times will be about it for you, unless you have harder to straighten hair. Then you'll have to do it a couple more times, but this will hopefully give you the least amount of damage possible with straightening. Then you get that bottom section, and then don't forget the baby hairs, because those need to be straightened too. Then what I do to get the bangs is I pull back all of those sections from just the regular part of your hair, making sure that there's a definite line in there where you can see the scalp and the hair. Pull up a little section of the top portion of the bangs, and I only do it about 2 times because I don't want to damage the hair in the front. From then on, I'm just going to keep going down and clip off, just so that way I won't have to have as much damage happening in my hair. Make sure to get those little baby hairs in there. They're important too. Be very careful not to burn your scalp, guys. That does not feel good. I've done it so many times. The reason that I started on this side, there was a method to the madness, is because that is not the side with my part. I end with the side that has my part on it, so that way it's easier to set the part. Now unclip it when you're done, and you can touch up any sections that may have any clamp marks in it or anything, just combing through and making sure that everything is perfect the way you like it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to brush through, making sure that everything is perfect, touching up those areas, and making sure that it's perfect for you. I'm going a little bit slower in this process just to show you guys how to do it, but normally this takes me about 5 minutes for each side. And that's pretty fast considering how long my hair is and how naturally wavy it is if I let it dry naturally. Clip that side off, then you're done. And you're going to take the other section out. Comb through it. And then I just sped this up because you already saw it, and this is basically the same thing that you saw. For the bangs, you're just going to leave them over on that side. You don't even need to clip them if it's a side part then. So that's why you start on the opposite side that does not have the part. Make sure to get those little baby hairs in there. As I said, my hair is layered, so it's a little bit harder for me to do this. Keep doing the exact same method. When you get to those layered bangs again, if you have them like me, just take that part where it should be the part, straighten them off, and then take the portions that are a little bit longer and just pin them on the other side, making it easier for you to have access to those lower layers. Clipping them off as you go. Then when you're done, let it all out and touch up any parts that may need to be touched up, putting your part into place, straightening out any parts that may be a little bit wavy, and then you're done. You can adjust accordingly, comb it out, just make it look how you like it. I'll talk to you later. Bye!